Welcome back to Japan travel news about all the new things that are opening in Japan and what's coming up. As always, there's so much new stuff and it's a complete mixture, including serious travel news, seasonal events, a stamp rally, theme cafes, exhibitions, train news and lots more. First up is exhibition news. The Pokemon Crafts exhibition is still on in Tokyo until the 2nd of February. It's at Azabudai Hills, which is where TeamLab Borderless is. It mixes Pokemon with traditional Japanese crafts. A few people messaged me who've been and said it's really good. There's also a themed menu in the cafe. There's an Ukiyo-e immersive art exhibition in Tokyo with projection mapping, so traditional Japanese woodblock prints come to life all around you. That's in Tokyo at Warehouse Terada until the 31st of March. There's a Hello Kitty exhibition at Tokyo National Museum until the 24th of February. It's to celebrate their 50th anniversary and it's all about how they've changed over the years. It's the largest ever display of merchandise and artwork. After that, it'll be touring to Okinawa from the 7th of March to the 11th of May 2025 and then Kyoto from the 25th of September to the 7th of December. While we're on the subject of Hello Kitty, I just had to mention this amazing collab. Now, Sanrio do a lot of collabs, but I never expected to see this one. Hello Kitty and algae. They're dressed up as 32 different types of algae. It's for the Japan Pavilion at the World Expo in Osaka. Now back to the exhibitions. The Pokemon Fossil Museum is a touring exhibition that has skeletons of Pokemon as if they were dinosaurs. It's in Yamaguchi at Hofu Science Museum Solar until the 24th of February, then Fukui Prefectural Dinosaur Museum from the 8th of March to the 25th of May, which will be hilarious to have Pokemon skeletons next to actual dinosaur skeletons. There's an art exhibition in Kyoto at Kyocera Museum of Art by Ninagawa Mika and EIM called Lights of the Beyond, Shadows of This World. This will be your thing if you like TeamLabs. There's 10 installations to walk through that blend together seamlessly, creating other worlds. It looks really beautiful and interesting. That's on until the 30th of March. Artist Takashi Murakami, who's known for the Super Flat and these flowers, has an exhibition in Tokyo in Kaikai Kiki Gallery, which he owns. It has prints from his recent exhibition in Kyoto. That's on until the 14th of February. Takashi Murakami also has a collab with Louis Vuitton at the moment. There's a pop-up shop on Cat Street in Harajuku and a pop-up theme cafe with a giant panda. Both of them are until the 26th of January. And look out for their artwork on the stairs in Harajuku Station. If you miss them, you can get the flower cookies and themed drinks at Coffee Zingaro in Nakano Broadway, which is a theme cafe owned by the artist. It's themed like a Kisaten, a retro coffee shop. For other pop-up theme cafes, check out my list on cakeswithfaces.co.uk. At the moment, there's Persona 5, Sumiko Garashi, Chikawa, Street Fighter, My Melody, Pingu, and many more. I update it regularly. They're not usually announced very far in advance, so keep it bookmarked and check back. And there's a new permanent Kirby themed cafe in Osaka. It's the third permanent Kirby cafe. The others are in Tokyo and Fukuoka. There's some really cute themed dishes, including Osaka specialities like takoyaki and this Kirby car plate. You can buy the Kirby car plate as well. The Tokyo one's really popular, so if you want to go, make a reservation early. If you're going to Japan within the next month, you could take a day trip from Tokyo to see some beautiful icicles. The Ashigakubo Icicles are in Chichibu. They're man-made by spraying water that then freezes, but they're beautiful nonetheless. And in the evening, they're lit up in different colours. That's on until the 24th of February. Or if you're going north, in Aomori, you can go on a tour of the ice waterfalls in Oirase Gorge until the 2nd of March. And there are, of course, all the winter and snow festivals at this time of year. The dates for all of them and festivals throughout the year are in my calendar. There's just a few left now. You can get it from cakeswithfaces.co.uk with worldwide shipping. And don't forget that many winter illuminations continue after Christmas. Ashikaga Flower Park, which isn't too far from Tokyo, has magical illuminations until the 16th of February. It's said to be one of the top 3 illuminations in the Kanto region, along with Enoshima and Sagamiko illuminations, which this year feature Rilakuma. Super kawaii. free. And if you miss all of them, Nabana no Sato illuminations run until the 1st of June. They're in Nagoya, which is a really easy stop on the Shinkansen between Tokyo and Osaka and Kyoto. Next, I've got a few things at Conveyor Belt sushi restaurants. The chain Sushiro is having a collab with Cinnamoroll until the 26th of January. You can get a mini Cinnamoroll plushie with drinks and other small gifts. Sushiro is also having a collab with Black Thunder, which is a chocolatey biscuit bar you get from the convenience store. It's only 35 yen, which is extremely cheap for how delicious it is. For a limited time, you can get Black Thunder Parfait at Sushiro and a special version of their Catalana ice cream brulee dessert with a Black Thunder chocolate cookie layer. So good. Kura Sushi, another conveyor belt sushi chain, has something new if you're having a celebration there. They've got a party cake that arrives in style on the conveyor belt with a light up carousel and train that plays special music. If you don't like sweet things, you can also get a celebration chirashi sushi, which is a bowl of sushi rice with seafood on top. You don't even need to be celebrating anything. Anyone can just order it on the touchscreen. And I'd say being in Japan at Kura Sushi is a good enough reason to celebrate. There's a bizarre new food item at Pizza Hut Japan. They've got these handy melts, which are like a folded over slice of pizza. And this special edition one has a whole Kitkat inside, so the cheese and chocolate melt together. I'm really not sure if that's a good combination. Tell me in the comments if you'd try it. Now, you might have seen some headlines recently about accommodation tax in Japan, so I thought I'd just explain the situation. In some areas, hotels in Japan charge an accommodation tax per night. The amount depends on the price of the hotel, and it's usually paid at check-in. It's not usually very much, so it's nothing to worry about, but if they do ask you to pay something when you arrive, when you've already paid for the hotel online, it's not a scam, it's just the accommodation tax. For example, in Tokyo, hotels that are under 10,000 yen per night are tax-free, and hotels over that threshold are 100 or 200 yen per night. The most expensive tax is in Kyoto, which is currently 200, 500 or 1,000 yen per night. What's happened recently is they're considering raising the taxes and having 5 different tiers depending on how expensive your hotel is. The lowest tier of 200 yen tax per night would be for hotels that are 6,000 yen or less per night, so really only the cheapest places and hostels. The most expensive tier would be 10,000 yen per night tax for the most expensive hotels that are 100,000 yen or more per night. Between those two, there's 3 other tiers that haven't been announced yet. So if you see dramatic headlines saying that Kyoto is going to be charging tourists 10,000 yen per night, that's only for the most expensive hotels. Currently, it's just a plan that hasn't been confirmed yet, and it'll be starting from 2026. Hokkaido will also be introducing a lodging tax next year from April 2026. Currently they don't have one. That will be between 100 and 500 yen per night. Next, if you're arriving in Tokyo at Haneda Airport and taking the Keikyu train line into the city, you may be able to pay by tapping your credit or debit card at the ticket barrier. At the moment it is a trial, but there are credit card readers at the ticket barriers where you can tap your card just like you would an IC card or like you would in London. It's on the Keikyu line from the airport and 3 toy subway lines in Tokyo. That's the Asakusa line, the Oedo line and the Mita line. But be careful because not all stations on those subway lines have the card readers. The Mita line only has 1 station with them, and I don't know what happens if you tap in and then there isn't a card reader when you exit. But for the Keikyu line from the airport to Shinagawa station, you're good. I've been told that foreign cards are accepted, but I haven't tried it yet. So if you try it, let us know in the comments if it works. Even though we're partway through Japanuary, everyone's welcome to join in. It's not too late, even if you haven't posted anything yet. There's a theme for each day in January. To join in, post a photo related to that day's theme on Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, or wherever you want to. Remember to use the hashtag so we can all see each other's photos and enjoy sharing tips, recommendations, and what we love about Japan. You can find all the themes on cakeswithfaces.co.uk/Japanuary. Next up is train news. There's a Pikmin train in Kyushu until mid-May 2025. You get a special boarding pass and there's a Pikmin gachapon machine on board. There's a digital stamp rally on your phone and special merch and special events around Kyushu. It's running on various routes. You can check the times on the JR Kyushu website. There's a sake train in Shiga Prefecture, which is around Lake Biwa near Kyoto. It's a 2.5-hour trip. On the way, you get to try 9 types of sake from local breweries, along with foods that complement the sake. It runs from the 15th to the 22nd of February, so not very long. It's called the Omi Local Sake Train. Reservations open this week on the 15th of January, so if you want to go on it, make your reservation as soon as you can. Now, the green car in Japan is like upper class. It has more luxurious seats that are really comfy. And there'll be a new green car on the Chuo line, running from Tokyo Station out to Otsuki. Even more exciting, the green car carriages are double-decker. At the moment, they're only on a few trains. They're going to be on all rapid services from spring 2025, and at that point they'll start charging extra for tickets. But until that point, you can ride the green car for free. Now, the Chuo line is my tip for the most overlooked train line in Tokyo. It's really thin on the metro map, so it's not that noticeable, but it's a quick way to get across the city between Tokyo Station and Shinjuku. And now you can do it in style in the green car if you want to for such a short trip. It also goes to Kichijoji and Mitaka for the Ghibli Museum and Mount Takao, which is a great day trip, only about an hour from Tokyo. I've got a video about it. Next is a limited time rail pass from JR East called the JR East Kyun Pass for travel between 13th of February and the 13th of March, which is roughly Valentine's Day to White Day, which is when men are supposed to give gifts to their partners. And Kyun means choked up with emotion, like love. You can go on as many trains and Shinkansen in the JR East area as you like for 1 day for 10,000 yen or 2 days for 18,000 yen. It's designed more for residents of Japan. There is a regional rail pass for the same area that's 30,000 yen for 5 days that is better value overall. The Kyun Pass is only available on Ekinet, which is JR East's ticket website. You buy it 1 month to 14 days before you travel. Now, Dr. Yellow is retiring this month. It's a special Shinkansen that's used to check the tracks, and if you see them, it's supposed to be good luck. The one in the central area is retiring this month. They're incorporating the technology into regular bullet trains instead, and the one in JR West's area is continuing until 2027. We're all very sorry to see them go, but look out for special goods at Shinkansen stations to celebrate their retirement, including special bento boxes and merchandise. I went down a bit of a rabbit hole on this and found some amazing stuff. There's a jacket that's a collab between Dr. Yellow and Boss Coffee, which is the coffee in a can from vending machines. It has an aluminium patch on it that's made of recycled metal from actual Dr. Yellow trains. You can get Shinkansen pushchairs or strollers, and Tokyo Banana has a collab with Dr. Yellow for their retirement, which is just perfect. Tokyo Banana is the regional snack for Tokyo. They're cakes with cream inside, and before you ask, I don't know what bananas have to do with Tokyo. Next, KFC is bringing back their all-you-can-eat or tabe hodai. You can have as much chicken, fries, biscuits and drinks as you like for 45 minutes for 2,000 yen. It's at 353 stores all around Japan. I don't know how much you could get through compared to the price of Family Mart fried chicken at 230 yen a piece, but either way, neither of them is a healthy choice. Next, there's a new TeamLab attraction in Osaka with a cafe called TeamLab Field of Wind, Rain and Sun. It's on the site of an old factory, and some of it's outside with different artworks that appear when it's windy, rainy or sunny, like rainbows. You can go at night or during the day. The highlight are these crystals that light up, and because it's a cafe, your ticket includes a cake, mochi and a drink. There's a new cafe in Shibuya that looks very zen and peaceful. The tables are covered in water like a stream running through the cafe. It looks really relaxing. I'm sure it's going to be really popular. It's called Café Ruru. There's also one in Kamakura, which is a day trip from Tokyo. Next, in Ginza in Tokyo, the Sony building that closed in 2017 has been rebuilt and is reopening on the 26th of January as Ginza Sony Park. It's a unique concrete building with 5 stories. It seems like it'll have exhibitions and activities, so it'll be an attraction as a flagship showroom for Sony. Now, the first cherry blossom forecast is out already. It seems so early. This year, they're predicting they'll be at the normal time, with blooming in Tokyo in the last week of March. They do update it as the buds develop. It's a serious business, so look out for updated forecasts as it gets nearer the time. Next is themed hotels. There are new pop-up theme hotel rooms at the Sunshine City Prince Hotel in Ikebukuro in Tokyo for the anime Monogatari until the 15th of March. That hotel has a whole floor dedicated to themed hotel rooms. They've also got Black Butler themed rooms at the moment, which are quite dark as you'd expect. There are a couple of Black Butler lounges to hang out in and a themed afternoon tea. That's all until the 16th of March. And there's a pop-up room for my favourite, Tokidoki, from the 1st of February to the 31st of May. On to a different kind of themed hotel. If you want to know what it's like to stay in a prison, Nara Prison is reopening as a hotel in 2026. It will be a luxury hotel, so probably not much like a prison, but they are keeping original features of the architecture. Next, there's a stamp rally on the Yamanote train line in Tokyo. You collect stamps from Shimbashi, Shibuya and Akihabara, so it's quite easy. I think most people would go to those stations, and it does look like it's just the regular station stamps. If you collect all 3, you get some bath salts. You can get the Stamp Rally book from the JR East Travel Service Centre at the airport or major stations. It's on until the 28th of February. And if you want to collect souvenir stamps in Japan, I have a video all about where to find them. There's a new shop in Harajuku called Wiggle Wiggle Zip Harajuku. It looks very colourful and very Harajuku. It's actually a Korean brand. It sells accessories and stationery, and there are lots of photo spots around the store. You can find it on Takeshita Street, which is the main street in Harajuku. And that's it for Japan news this time. We've had a sake train, a Pokemon fossil museum, and a birthday cake arriving by conveyor belt. Tell me in the comments what you're most excited about, and I'll see you next week with more Japan videos on Thursdays. Bye bye!